You walk on Mogara way here. Your friend me FO Yao. You walk on Mogara. Your friend me FO Yao. You walk on Mogara way here. Vesa mi bisa NDC aban say.
I can say we are resetting it. You are the two him. Na Shayan. Yes, I say yes we are bread.
Abusua mamenchia na memo akwaba na mepese obeji break akra na wahwe enadwumadi a ekoso ewo epoye mantemu mechire Eastn region Kofodia to be precise ya asorekesia ya fenese ICGC Jesus Temple ho ena His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ghana mampeni wone ni NDC emu ekukudam na soafo mechire ni ministers ne members of parliament ni bi ena afi nso so wono mu a wo yesi wo so a wo eda akuakuakuaku ahodo ano no wono mu nyina ekokohia mu ewo Kofodua ne nyina ne se dwumadi kese bia His Excellency John Dramani Mahama de esi ne so a wo bontoa ewo man twia so mekire manta ne nyina mu na wone temamfo akakodi ahia mu na wato ne nisuade hunu ede ama wo mu ekwan wo fa so a resetting agenda no ekoso na afensu wabie kwan ato ho de amagana fo na wo mo so abisa ensem a wo mo so ha wo mo ne niam ahodo a ehia wo mo se de beye na abane betimi ama nani ayede akoso na waye ede ama wo mo nene empenifo no nya kwan ede ensem atudwa ewo aman aban no enhwehwie mu anasa aban no dwumedi a wo ye ni nyina efa resetting Ghana citizen engagement dwumedi ya eho ena ekoso nti wode nsem tudwa na owie ye na obi ekwan se Ghana fo emfa wonom se misamra no pani bra behwe amanfo no gi bobo obi a wasembisa na so munya daje ede ma wo mo se obi emfiri na komam na de ehia no o misa de ehia no na ensemisa ni bi ho no mo a me Ghana mampani a nka be me den se metime yi ano ebi kura nka me mfi kura na so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama yenhwe kwan ofa so a questions a ayetawe questions a jese wote kura ho bedwire eh na wugina mampani ani mpa na wutimi ahenhama buza sa questions we ya na anything yenya daje na ode yenhwe dwumadi ne sidesi koye na ensemisa no so eduru ho no mo a yetimi atie bi ama yure mfisa oba like video yi ede ama me na wa share na onso ode wadwenkyere ede aba ama dwumadi na timi ayekama kama.
Ghana mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama nananom opening pa ohwe omampeni aso ononyamfo Julius Debra regional minister ene asoafo ahodo a ehie mu ha ene mpenifo a ewo ha nyina mamu nyina achi esanso mamakwa abasoronko ede ba dwumedie ya yatu din say resetting Ghana citizens engagement enra yawo ana efiada ana mampeni Mahama to anamon eba epuye mantem say apobo a watu din say resetting Ghana to onam sa akwa no so ede enkuntabu ne pepere ye ene Ghana fo enya nkitahudie no ne fa ye no epuye mantem abesha ase Andra onyakwenya ene Ghana edmayefo edin sawoso ewo mede dwumedi na se owie ye no otu anamon ekọ asesewa ekọ ya amamre be ye be hye dwuma ase edi esi edwa kakra edi ama omanfo ewo ho no ana otu anamon ekọ okro bi a yato din se lasi a eho no aposifo edan sonko a yesi a eye divisional headquarters no also okopa ahontuma na ena no pei ena nyame aya adom amana beka yensa se oni Ghana fo adehia ewepoye mantem ebedin kita ho edi ano bye edi kan no wahye asoafo ahodo se omomfa nkuntabuo mra ewo amemu a efi abra obetene kunya kase no so no webu na Ghana fo nyina ehum bi Ovia ono so de nanu disem ebeto dwa na afei de de akwenya to ho ama obi biara wo ha opese obisa asem bi ana oje nkyeremu bi efa amemu a akoso efi ebra mampeni Mahama tambedi ekunya no de abeto dwa na anu ye bi e wo ho no one na so afo e de ama pesanti ena ya to nsa afrɛ mu a maba ya da mase bebre se mabeka yenta na ansa na ebese dwumedie na so no ya beto nsa afrɛ osofo Samuel Ofori Kwache a owo ICGC Jesus Temple na odi yen ewura mpa bomu e de ya hye Nyankopɔn osofo
mipamucho yemo empire asafo erade anopei yedawasi oman Ghana emma a yɛhyia mu wɔ ha esi anuonyam enka udin yɛde saa dwumadi ɛhyɛ wo nsa yɛsrɛ na honhom kronkron abedi ade nyinaa ɛso ne titiriw ɛde ɔmanpanyin His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama ɛhyɛ wo nsa ne mpanyinfo a ɛne yɛnhyia ha nyinaa nso ɛhyɛ wo nsa Awurade ka wɔn ho wɔn kasa trentre wɔn ano na wobɛka biara ɛnyɛ asɛm a ɛbɛtɔ ɔman ma asom na yɛtumi di ayɛ adwuma ne kurakura no yɛresrɛ Awurade wo nhyira ama ɔman Ghana Awurade hyira ɔman Ghana kɔso ma wa asomdwe yi ndi ɔman yi so na ɔman yi ɛnyɛ krabɛhwɛ yɛda wase sɛ woka yɛn ho anɔpɛ ne watie wɔ Yesu Kristo din mu nti amen.
Sofo yɛda ase bebree nananom ɛne mpanimfo ahyia mu ha ebi a yɛdu yi ɛbɛto nsa afrɛ ɛyɛ opanimpa a wɔhwɛ ɔmampanin aso yɛyɛ a pɔtɔ kasɛm yɛka no Chief of Staff na wabɔ yɛ atenaseɛ ɛde nane bisɛm kakra bi abɛto da
Mampani President John Dramani Mahama Ministers nananom ahemfo asɔfoɔ ne papa nkramofo mpanifo aman de hyia mɔhyia mu ma ho waho abebree sɛ ɛnɛ pue mantem na mepani aba ne ama makwanja sɛ mema nakɔ aba na mema mo nyinaa so akɔ aba ne enti a me debro so ne sɛ ha na me political adwuma ne start fie nanso ɛnɛ dei ɔbɔ ade adaroma ɔmampani a mesom no yɛ obi a ojitu se yakasa amamu a sabio ne nyɛ sɛ wotena nkran ko a no nko ne ɛwɔ adwum na odi yɛ adwuma nipa na ɛsoma wo no ɛwɔ mu a ɛsɛ wokɔ nipa nanim ne wokɔbu akonta akyerɛ nipa ne sɛ soma a ɛsoma wo no ne yawa yakodu nie ne ɛfa wɔn koraa so ne sɛ ɛnɛ dai ɔmampani ma obiara kwan sɛ wɔ adwen kyerɛ wo sɛ wɔ nsɛm bisa wo adeɛ bi a wate koraa wonte aseɛ bisa no ɛnyɛ sɛ ɔsoma obi no wabɛyi ano ɔno abɛyi ano ama mo na asɛm a ɛwɔ mu ne sɛ yɛn ne yɛ adwuma nyinaa wahyɛ yɛn ketee sɛ ɛnyɛ mo ahoɔfɛ nti ɛna tumi na yɛde ama mo no nipa no ɛna apan ɔmutumi de bi de ama mo sɛ momfa nso mo enti me madwuma ne sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ mehwɛ sɛ aban so afuo nyinaa obiara bɛyɛ n'adwuma pɛpɛɛpɛ akɔsi sɛ nea president pɛ sɛ wahyɛ bɔ no ɛba mu enti ɛwɔ ɔmampani aso ɛyɛ no adeɛ bi ɛfrɛ no presidential delivery unit a pɔtɔ kasɛm no ka ne saa ne kyerɛ sɛ ɛbɔhyɛ bia ɔmampani ahyɛ bia bosome mpa ho bia ɛsɛ sɛ mehwɛ ne yɛhu sɛ adeɛ no a yɛaka se yɛyɛ no yɛgu so yɛ anaa enti yɛkɔ anim nkyɛ ɛwɔ mu a mbɛhu sɛ nkurɔfoɔ bɛfi presidential delivery unit hɔ aba na nananom sɛ bio ebi ana DC ana minister bi yɛ bibi a wɔn ani nsɔ nipa na deɛ ɔyɛ ne nya deɛ a ɛyɛ abodwosɛm na mo ebi ano nso nya kwan mɛka nkyerɛ ɔmampani nti ɔsoma yɛ ba mo anan so a bibi saa wɔ hɔ a na mo de ato anim na yɛn nso yakosi na asom sɛ o yɛkɔhu nana se ɛkwan wei a woka ase yɛyɛ no yɛde afa ha nanso wadaroma anka wode fa ha anka bɛboa enti nananom Ghanafoɔ anuanom a ɛfie apue ma ntɛm ɛnɛ dɛn ɔmampani sɛ namamuo no ɔde ba mo na ase na bibia muhu wɔ ho a mo ani ngye bibi nso na mo ani gye nso a mo na ba so na mo hyɛ ne nkran sɛ be a yɛ man bɛfa ne ntoma pahyia yɛda mo ase nyame hyira mo nyinaa
yo no nyamfo Julius Debra ya da wase bebre abrofo e wo kasa bi a omo se charity begins at home asehye ne se ye yefie yie ansan ya na se ya ba epoye mantem die na enwu hia se ye beje nkuntabuo efri osoafo a ohwe epoye mantem so ansana amane bebu wo ha ntinananom ne mpanimfo a mahye mu ha tabre ye beto nsafre ononyamfro owura ayere weta awate a oye epoye mantem so afo na odi amamuo hu hyehyɛ ya akoso efi ebra obidi ekunya no ebepem ne atoye era mase bebe.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the Honorable Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Debra, Honorable Ministers of State, Nananom Mahama, Honorable Members of Parliament, distinguished guests here present, members of all government officials here, ladies and gentlemen, the press, good morning. Munje miswe, good morning. Nananom, yama munyina akwaba. Yama obi biara akwaba ene. Encheye ena nyame adom omampanyi eni nasoafo ehun se hu behia se beba Eastern region na mabesi na nemu eni nananom eni kroma nyina aye edwuma nyame adom 2024 nananom wadaroma ukasa kire mpaibo yetu aba Eastern region ani Ghana nyina NDC wini ye nti na ehun behia se omampanyi benya nana musini nananom omampanyi frame munyina ejimi awa tu nti enemi baya na misimi bedamu ase se mi baye mujimi awa tu nananom mu kyerɛkyerɛ me ewo musa munya kyerɛkyerɛ me wieye eni masafo nyina imamfo asofo mpaibo egusu eye edwuma nti ene kakra me ni mu nyina aye no ena me ba beka ho asem besremo ebia na mi kanu na mi refi bi menim sese dade bia moye no nya me ni mu aye a ebia mi refi amanka no mu de besoso na yetimi awie ni fefefe bidamu nyina ase. So on behalf of the chiefs and the good people of the Eastern region, His Excellency, I warmly welcome you. Your Excellency, I say again, Akwaba, Babanao, Muhe, to our beautiful region. I also want to thank you for granting our regional House of Chiefs your time and audience when we last visited you some few days back. Your Excellency, today is not just a visit, but it's a statement that the Eastern region matters so much to you and that our people are central to your Ghana's research agenda. Your Excellency, this region is a powerhouse of Ghana's economy. From our cocoa planting to pineapples, to grains, to mango, to our tourism and trade, from enterprise to innovation. His Excellency, we have a lot in this beautiful region. But more importantly, Your Excellency, we are a region of hardworking people who will only ask for opportunities and deliver on our results when we are given the chance. Your Excellency, your presence here under the Resetting Ghana agenda sends a clear message to us in this beautiful region. And the message is that governance must be so close to the people and development must be felt by the people for whom it is meant. And we see that commitment here already today. Nananom, you can bear witness with me that the coming of the president is telling us that it is not only in the Jubilee House that governance works, but even here in Koforidua, even in our region, in Asamankese, even in our region, in our front plains, governance is working. Honorable President, His Excellency, we are so grateful. His Excellency, we commend you for the 24-hour economy market. Just yesterday, you made the people of Asisawa in the upper Manya-Krobo constituency felt the 24-hour economy market, and you wholeheartedly cut the sword, for which we are grateful that all the rest 32 are also getting it. We are so grateful for your bold, formative policy that will dignify our market women who always sit on the sun at some places to sell their goods. Your Excellency, in the Eastern region, we are seeing real progress, and we are ready to do even more than what we are doing today. We begin from education. Your Excellency, projects are far going on across the region. We have various classroom blocks, dormitories, teachers' accommodations. So far, in our region, we have about 96 classroom projects. We have about 96 classroom projects. We have 82 Get Fund projects. We have 82 Get Fund projects, as you can see on the screen. This is how we build a future. This is how we build a nation. You promise and you deliver. Your Excellency, out of the 82% of the common fund allocation you gave to our municipal and district chief executives, which is first of its kind, we have been able to do a lot in terms of education. I'll come back to that, Mr. President. In health, Mr. President, we are grateful for your decisive intervention to resume the work on the Eastern Regional Hospital project, because it is so clear that a strong nation cannot exist without a strong healthcare system. It is the reason why across the region we have 70 CHIP compounds under construction to support the free primary healthcare policy. And your policy, like I said, of sending 80% of the District Assembly Common Fund directly to the municipal and district chief executives is so working. It is empowering the local government system. Mr. President, it is accelerating development. It is delivering on results. Out of that, we have so many projects. In water and sanitation, 491 community boreholes have been constructed, improving access to affordable clean water. Your Excellency, you have not abandoned projects like we saw in the past regime. You have revived them rather. So far, 169 legacy projects are ongoing, Mr. President. This is real leadership. It is leadership that protects public investments and restore public trust. And we are here with Nananom to say a very big thank to you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, in agriculture, the Farmer Service Center at Takrachuni It's a game changer. Just recently, you cast salt for this edifice in the Afram Plain South, and we are here to say a very big thank you to you, Mr. President. Under the Feed Ghana project, Mr. President, over 337,000 bears have been distributed to our people. Again, over 14,000 bags of feed have been provided to the farmers. This is translated to about 1,650 households so far are supported with bears for their farms. And this is what we call transformation. Mr. President, if Nananom are seated here, if the clergy is seated here, if the people of the Eastern region are seated here, we are saying a very big thank you to your government. Youth and employment, Your Excellency, security services just recruit hundreds of your young men and women from our region, and recently some have started training at the military centers, various military centers, while we are waiting for some to also go. Again, some young men are also getting ready to get trained for the police service. Again, Ejumara has begun processes of giving some seed money to our young men and women to begin trade, or even those who are already in trade. Again, Mr. President, again, on our youth apprenticeship is doing so well. Various trade machines and equipment has been distributed across the region. And Mr. President, we want to say we are so grateful for all that. Your Excellency, to strengthen our security system. Because without peace, Your Excellency, there cannot be any development. In conclusion, Your Excellency, the Eastern region is so ready today. We are ready to work. We are ready to partner. Ready to deliver, Your Excellency. At this rare forum, Your Excellency, we do not only present our challenges, but our full potentials to you as a president. And with your leadership, that potential will be unlocked for the benefit of all Ghanaians today and forevermore. At this point, Your Excellency, I welcome you to this engagement. May God bless you, Your Excellency. May God bless the Eastern region. May God bless Nananom. May God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Yo, Oswafwa, Oshe, Epoye Mantem, so you better was it, say, we boom Kuntampa and Kuntapa, and Yatre. Nananom name penny for Irishemu, Manabetoja. Say, Nipadua, a war Ghana memu, a moon or handsome by you 60%, and I a year in Mebunu. The son, Asudie, Abeda, a buying your minus so. Say, you bet you Mebuna, Tisano, a wide any Enumasem. Now, a buying 1 among Bibri, yes, Yahodua, Yadebua, Ama, Ghana Mebunu, Edi. Now, Yamencha, a yamwa modestie. Eye no nyamfo George Opariado dodo na epa na mane se Pablo eno mampeni mama apa ne se onhwe emebunu yiedie ene omumpuntuo ensem so nti enedue yi oba mo na so na obebu nkonta de akire mu e wo se shepote awaya ebo amaga na mebunu edi de mesre se yedi nsemmo ebehia ononyamfo George Opariado.
Your Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, Oye Ghana, Omai. Nana Noma Babeka ene Jumedi home. Asofo penny for ni imam penny for Mababi Shiemu Hanomo. Many animal ministers, Chief of Staff Ofiriji Muhanomo. Many animal ministers are Mokai CEOs, boards, any MPs are Maba. The Mamuina Ache. Nana Yedikai I am the Sonia, my brother, chief of staff, kind. Eastern region, Hanam, Namobome, Achana. Hanam, me fee my manual semase. It's a Yamiadom now on my peniba. Me sign can who say, the Babi Buakunta, my Eastern region, for they need just a mammy. And I know you can't reset agenda on my penny, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, at the core April 2024. Madaroma, or two Abama, and say, Umbra Bayo, my penny now. Now, a day teacher, I need Dumako Timpa, and say, a better set in Melbourne, a better in West City. Then I mean, Felix the Kayano. In Melbourne, a Wagana, or share in population demographics now, they broke more than 50%. There was said, ye, Australia, ye the best in Melbourne, Samonkwa, or my penny by or you say, ayo. One of the first ministries are established here. The Ministry for Youth Development and Empowerment. I mean, child here, Mama this year, Moba, Elohim said, Min Concoshe, that's your yeneso. And I said, research in the year, not Ejina, in Mebunuso, Dodona, Ejina, in Mebunuso. If you research here, not here, restore opportunities, Amobia, and maybe a train, Sabi, Umfi baby, and now Dean the baby, ye chakra, yen kind, but I buy we buy, I say, you perceive the opportunities. Emma Ghana this year be ye faho baby ofi and now sorry odom and now udia ukita. So ye Ghana this year dear. It's a shabia ye bia o ye bebunu nkwa dear. I was say ye ma. Now on my penias small can say sabi ohia enim party atade. It is a utu ohia sia and now boa bebunu bi na otumi boa no otumi nya na page na so na Ghana na e na wo chekere no. Enema ye hwe ya ni ni say di imebunu nya edikan eye adwumasem na o hwe unemployment rate e wo mamu hanoma na ade a sabi every year bia na your unemployment rate ekosho na youth unemployment was standing at about 34% of the total population na oye development consultant and now you be a sabi or mining semi here na 34% of mebunu eni adwuma ya eyem hye because it can easily lead to insecurity. We know my pension no see there. I was see a na mo a ebeboa. O shebo emrana or campaign no. Na boshe bia o share emebuna o Ghana no. O my penny ba e ahwese sa boshe no obedi so. Bejina Ghana emebuna na emu ne dia seda ama my penny. Amebua konta no be wie mu be hu de ntia me da na se na ne mapa o ya ma mbebunu. O kwa pro no ka se oba adeɛ baako a na mpepi ne yɛn mmaburu no hwɛ anim sɛ owie school a ɔbɛ akɔpɛ adwuma yɛba yɛ nhwehwɛmu a yɛyɛ no kyerɛ sɛ average student a ɔbɛwie university anaa school pɔn no it take between 2 to 10 years ansa na wɔanya adwuma but sɛ yɛkreti mmaburu no as job creators a ɛbɛboa ana moma menka asɛm ne yɛmfa nsrɛ ababaawa bi ne yɛfrɛ ne kɔ ahemfie ɛna yɛbisa nso ɔyɛ adwuma bɛn ɛna ɔsɛ ɔyɛ entrepreneur. Now, Chemi business an entrepreneur only a day. Or my penny and Niagan and Bebnu through entrepreneurship or prepare or move through the Ejumera program. Now, under the Ejumera program, no, last year, April, and on my penny copa Honsuma Ewukumase. The Kasebe training Mebunu 10,000. You be nominations, no, 10,900, and I apply. Now, my penny said, yeah, 10,900. No. Or the Ose Ayo. The finance minister year budget for 2025. Ochesika etuhonom ema national entrepreneurship program nkwa 150 million. The yemfen fee adwumera na se. The miniaba regional minister ekasa no say ya start ama grants na eko. You trainee 10,900 over Eastern region hanoma. Eastern region enya close to nipa 400 ya trainee omo mebuna ya mo want to say enye say ye mo want to say keke. Your mom wanted to not your sign ammo musica based on business plans or whatever. Now you are in the Jumebiano, Ufiasia, Edumribia, Edumano, Ebre, Ebia, na when she share, when need us so ancosa, into the Oma Sabi, Oma Costa Edgeman will be paying. No more in there was Edgeman right from momentos, no. Yet the Oma attaches our businesses. Then when you reach your difficult moments, you be not crime, you beat me a boil, not yet me a shake, no. You're setting up there a friend of the Youth Explorer app. They track your mo. In Pempi, in Abaisi Kakwa, Emba. But the Jumera, I say, the Pessi making sure that you can't acquire a beba. ɛno twɛn no yɛasan ɛne venture trust fund ayɛ nhyehyɛeɛ business ideas bi a mmabunu no bi wɔ no ɛsoso paa na yɛangaide ɔmo a yɛanhwɛ yi a obi de sika ketewa bi babɛtɔ afi ɔmo nkyɛn yɛayɛ ne sɛ venture trust fund yɛate deɛ fɛ no adwumayɛwura trust fund through the venture trust fund a ɔmo de support mmabunu yi a sɛbi ɔmo business ideas si soso a ɛbɛkɔ kan no na ɔmo kita equity kakra ɛwɔ ɔmo adwuma no mu na adwuma no ɛɛtrɛ na ɛgyina ne nan so no na ɔmo twe ɔmo ho na sɛ wona wobɛpɛ wɔ partner aba anaa wo a adwuma no yɛ ɔde ano wa wobɛtɔ equity no a na yɛahwɛ yɛwie hu sɛ mpɛn pii no yɛmma no a ɔmo wɔ school no bebree na yɛ project work ɔyɛ ni project work wie a na aka shell so some of the ideas are transformational some are very innovative ɛnɛ nansɛ yɛne ɔmanpanin abɛdi akyire yɛ maame professor Jena no Opoku Adwuma ɛkɔ UPSC ɛkɔ PAR initiative bi a yɛato no seed student entrepreneurship and enterprise development program a yɛde boa ɔmo a ɔmo kɔ sukuu pɔn a ɔmo wɔ very good ideas any proposals asɛbi ebetumi scaling it up no so that ɛnyɛ sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ dabiara no obewie school baabi sɛ hwan na ɛma me adwuma ebe so no be wie school no no abie na adwuma ono so ba be fa nkrofo wa adwuma mu iti ene na nsen ya pass seed hontoma eno nso through the adwuma program na ye de boa nkoda asebe omo wo school a omo wo business ideas a omo betumi develop sa ideas no na uyi adwuma semfi ho a na school sem nso ehu hia sabe me education minister there but as youth development minister no education e kan ye niam a ma ye ni ko ho na yɛkɔ aprɔ no ɔmanpanin ɛbɔ hyɛ ne sɛ mpɛn no akɔdaa no bɛkɔ basic school free ɔbɛkɔ secondary school free na ɔbɛwura tertiary a ne first year na school fees akɔyɛ problem wapaase ɛsɛ otumi transition ne ɛkɔ tertiary but na school fees akɔyɛ problem bɔhyɛ ɔmanpanin kaa yɛ sɛ ɔbaa first year school fees for tertiary students yɛfrɛ no no fee stress no ɔbaa ɔbɛba abɛhwɛ sɛ ɛbɛba so kurom ha koporidua ha SDA school ni mu ɛna ɔmanpanin ɛbɛ launch no fee stress policy no a ɛnɛ meka sɛ first year student biara a ɔbɛnya admission akɔ tertiary no school fees nyɛ problem biem ɛhwɛ sɛ yɛbɛboa na at least watumi awura mu na still our problem a na yɛ the student loan trust fund plus no a support so apia ɛno deɛ wobɛtumi apply for loan no na wogye loan a wode atua fees so that there are no breaks in your education throughout 2 years or 3 years or 4 years now okwa these schools no and these are not promises anymore these are policies are on my penny implementing. Nananom say ebeji atuma mpanifu se emre dane a na wonso adane ene enema bebre na asesa first no otoka na o de ko fitemu a fita ni gina wa o carburetor na enye no akoye trial and error otu carburetor no ye wi a obeba de si o gasket na ase that's what say bi but ene nyame adom abaefu kwan so ye wo ifidi a odi si car ne so ano problem a e wo car ne apart from eno no njuma ni bebre a e wo ho ema yen a ye need to say betumi akoso aye no ochina ade bechi na say adwuma ni obi because yesi bibia be friend artificial intelligence AI na computers semti nyema bebre na esesa o man penise da bi o magana embebunu enkeche ti okwa pro no si oba obe training embebunu 1 million to learn various skills in ICT your man brother term your friend 1 million coders program. And then we'll say ya pahuntma and also ya fiasie. Ya started to check computers. Then yema ya edemam bebuno. Yozana and then encounter be break it electronic. If it any in the who problem or nim computer skills kakra. And we want our young people to be globally competitive. Then ya baby owobiano obetumi atenase na wetumi ayedwuma aboa omano. It's ye training mebunu 1 million. And we've always said at the Ministry for Youth Development, we put the programs online. So online, you need to apply, and then we screen and we take. But 1 million, it is enough to spread around. And we are limiting it to One way to man power person will upgrade your skills. No, so the idea is that we should always grow and learn new skills. It's implementing 1 million coders program. No, but now you'll be on a study. We bet me aku school them, aku siade, and then you'll be also bet me aku siade code in a jumei. But I will say, you're making sure, say, Obebunu Biano, I will be a one in Sanwa, Sabi, between the Ayer Juma and what say, they are bringing friend a dignified job, no, Sabi, when you're being so appuns you, or the Ashifin or the Abuagana and Puntio, or my penisha and say, now then, quite soon, you're far, you bet me a service a gap now at Downham, because maybe a year secondary school, or no, went me uncle university, or no, went me uncle nursing training, went me uncle teacher training, thank you for near your model. Oshe data your Ministry for Youth Development as Sancrophone and Son Dorso. So my penny the program by a friend of the National Apprenticeship Program. I movie apprentices from apprenticeship to entrepreneurship. It's the idea is that apart from their educational institutions TVET for an year. Obi Honor Maude no secular from Sonia, a dining queen. It's a Kazoki. Master craftsman na sabi omo wa ye ni mo no fit ni oho ni madwuma deda mesi ni oho ni madwuma deda teacher tele ni bia oni madwuma deda no yen from yina omo de from master craftsman no na ye ma TVET enrani program bi emo omo yen fa sete ni omo skills yen jese adwuma no mso omunim na that program ni to the Proud Knowledge Certification Program I run more across the country through the Ministry for Youth Development under the year of the National Youth Authority. Area any selective Eastern region ye nipa 231 master craftsmen across the 33 constituencies. And the chair in Mebunu ne Momo. Eastern region out of nipa 10,000 and I training no. The year application and nipa ne bro over 100,000. The sign call my penny hawk or serene say the pauchoa numbers ne doors into increase in my kakra. 15,000 in total. Eastern region in Kwanya close to 2,000 of this apprenticeship. When you about retire, because I say that the machines account. You train your mokeke. You say you found now you don't come out master now. You are a friend apprentice fee now can master ne bejo no. President Mahama ne na by each year a master no. The area in Pempi no say mabuno no kwa kusia adwuma. Ade ba ko a na yehu se etosini eno kwa ade eche awonko obebi zanozo na me ni sika am de be faka because master no o train you no eyo na eba be ma chop money. President Mahama said that ye dey akoda ni remu dia because of traceability studies na ye making sure say a branches ababa wan ebesu adwuma no bewie nti ye ne se ende na o se bosumi bia no ye tua utiri nsa no ye nsan ma obibi kakra o de betu botom na de afaka na o de be kwadwuma na so de bibia to nsuo nti no omo ya form ni nyina bosumi bia nso no ye mo mo de efre no allowance kakra ana stipends a omo nso ebedom ho na ye tunya amonitor nti wan kwadwuma na ye boapayo wa na sabio ompese ubesua adwuma no na yenim se agriculture ya ade ba ko a ebetumi aboa en mabunu bebre na agric ne ye hu ne se ya attractive because ye nyi no sabio ya gazo bi nko ekua ya o hwe kua ni na o hwe abranti asabi wako university na guys on ko ekua ya ompe ye na etumi nton agric e ma mabunu ntoye nti as a ministry programs ba ko a ya launch your friend attractive campaign. How do we make agriculture attractive? I bet chain mebunu bebre akumu. Does the whole agriculture value chain and we never be the transformation ever. Assigning decent and sustainable jobs ever. It's you're launching the friend attractive campaign. And through the National Service Authority, I am one of the model and one of the agencies under the ministry. Omo model farms they supporting mebuna besom yekuayo. This is assassin down here. National Service wants to say bebre. A farm mebunu into cooperatives. The moments are say that you hear be a beboa amakua yo no akoso no ya hwe e de amomo na na se ye we na ya hwe mebunu ne so apomuden ho a na ye feli mebunu no nti ya launch program a ye friend red means stop because in India nrobone ye mebunu no e wo oman mu a ye no so ye ko atia na mede ma no si no na ye do man pani ase so be ye man pani Eastern region ene Ghana mebunu wendi abro Oshemi amigina he oshemi ni afele sofosu kwachi any ministers we bring be kasa ha no mo bonze emebunu enya ye nchefa my penya bemu oba regi mu hanom a ana oba Ghana the youngest board chairman our Ghana hanom the board chairman for the National Service Authority of regi mu hanom ena the director general from the National Service Authority assigned to regi mu omu nyina ye mbebunu ami yo mu chira mu yembechi mu. This is the belief His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama ewo mbebunu mu Your Excellency ye da nyame ensure.
Yo, Ununyanfo George Opariado, Yabada was Sibi. I'm so born to Shebi, so as Wafu Akasani Nano, Akani Ebi, Penny Mama, and I feel so, Omwa, Ebesabano, Umbesi Sudia, no much Reniama Potia, Yano, a year as a Yahoo woman. Nasunina baby paya, and won't be here, say Ghana Sikasem, Ebegini. Now, Abra Yabon Tuano. Say Ghana for one to Abama or Mampini Mahama. Yet it will get say Adia is no Mampini Casepa and they say Ghana Sikasem. A Bejin na Ama Ahuto Aba a year Ghana for so. Listen into no or power a year the poem this year. We see is with the mind. Make us say on the name Nasebenia, we see is with mine. Na ono so no ye oswafo a ohwe Ghana sikasam so abedi chiri ene wie o wa ha o be chire sise o mampani Mahama aye ne Ghana sikasam eho a ene no ama enema egina sane ese no mama ye monsem ma ononyamfo Thomas Nyako ampem.
That's Felix. Your Excellency President Mahama na nanom ene Eastern region abusiafo a yenyina ahyia ha sɛ yɛba ne abetie ɔmampanyin Mahama nkontabu a wafi ase sɛ ɔderema Ghanafo maɛho yɛm papa nom asɔfo imams ɛne schoolfo yɛnyina a yɛhyia ha fi nra anigyesɛm yɛnsa ka ɔmampanyin ɛwɔ ha yɛne no efi ase ɛkɔ Jackson's Park ɛkɔdi May Day celebration no. Na bra okasa mbi na meti n'echi meti ye kese bi se okasa no obo binary engineers abasopa se oja ehye ho ahoden ani nimdeɛ a wɔde ɛma ene yetimi asokane ano na ɛyɛ ni so very key because President Mahama, they are all my constituents, and I'm very proud of them for what they have done. Na adofodom, President Mahama swear in my boss, Dr. Ato Forsen, Oka Assembly, also Ghanaians expect you to stabilize the city and bring down inflation. If you say, Ansana President Mahama, Bebamunina Namu Mangana ha. Who say inflation cost could do 54%. Bra will take you over. That inflation was 23.8%. And that year say it's an in any direction of President Mahama Demanti, inflation up to 3.2%. Before 2025, Sawoko market, Sawoko to a mo botobako. Now, Konuo say 500 cities. Now, Bribinti went to me and talk. Now, say, me kwaba abeto ochina, adebeche obepo na price no ebi abetaho. And now we have been able to stabilize prices. Inflation reduced. So, in fact, because of exchange rate, and also Ghana sika, ahoden abemunti, ama prices grab afem. Oko market, yenina oko market bako. Munim seni ananiama bote then. And senia ne niema ebo aye. Inyina chre inyuma pa omampanyin Mahama ene nasoafo eriye de aboa omangana. Na nananom ene adofodom afibia se yeri di May Day celebration na obehun se na workers eto something na ukra placards na watrotro niema bi ewo so. Enra mi hu adebi na me tre mo de mo nhwe ntroya na wɔatwerɛ na momfa compare 2 years ago ntwerɛeɛ a na wɔatwerɛ ɛno nyinaa bɛdi adanse sɛ afei ɔman Ghana ayɛ yie far better than it was 2 years ago. One of the inscriptions na NIB adwumayɛfo National Investment Bank na one placard no baako read, Mr. President, thank you for saving our jobs. Now, Orika eyi for one reason. President Mahama by also made the main share in my bank biya and collapse under my watch. And so for the last 1 year, our President Mahama by, we have spent almost 3 billion cedis to recapitalize our banks. We have recapitalized NIB, we have recapitalized ADB, we have recapitalized CBG. Enunti na NIB ni nyumayefo bebre eka say, Mr. President, thank you for saving our jobs. This is in sharp contrast from what we saw many years ago. We spent about 10 times that amount rather to collapse banks. And you say under his watch, no single bank will collapse. And we are committed to make sure that happens. Adolfo, apart from yen sikasama ayeye na egusori yeye, yen banks, yen state-owned institutions, private institutions have started posting profit. In 2025, a number of them, ejumana waye no what say one sikasam etoto hono, wanya mfaso, say institution, company, enya mfaso a, wotimi e plow back, now wotimi a expande, na eno nedi inyuma ebeba. America eyi because apart from all the good things, you know, I saw some inscriptions and then even the message from TUC, trade unions, Okasamafwa, Okasaino, Obo Aban Abasuyeno, Oka unemployment asam. Now unemployment adea aban way adea sinaniso say yebeye bribiara to make sure that we create decent jobs for our people. President Mahama responded by telling him say over this period washe finance minister say on my financial clearance na yen security agencies over the next 2-3 years one for additional 40,000 ensure security agencies. No. Nurses, teachers, and so yama additional financial clearance. If I buy na nurses any teacher fu bebre ewo ha wa fa won a wa trade for almost a year na yentua wonka if you say one fa won and to payroll. So they were the first people we handled. Emma on financial clearance. Started to yawn and ne arrears are accumulating in yefiasia yetia over 3-4 months period. Senior bear once one who better one. Enti adolfonum wama 5 minutes per intimen kasabe brain. Near many the adanse say aban sikasam into toeno ako enim. Minister for local regional minister kasa okay say aban ayen shishe say common fund, no 80% anchor directly to the MMDAs. Now one fanye juma. Enye enonko. Aside that, there is another significant difference in what is happening today. It is not just about the Pantuma Eriko, but we are releasing them timely. Yamasikano Eko. Into Oko enne. Me say monko every district assembly. Every assembly, Mube will say, in Numa MMDC is every year, 1 year within the first 1 year of President Mahama, a year more than what they did in the last 8 years. If he said we are releasing the funds, and uncle, for the first time, national health insurance, and then what was Egu national health insurance, as we are, Warri Cheng said, health institutions, the claims, ebeba. Can't it know what the claims echo? Nasika ni hwa wodi betu ya wonka and nasika lu gu ho and a worry chain say obi hospitals clinics any ade edi claims ebeba abeje sika no get fund and then wonsa eka wonsika na wodi ebi etua free secondary education na nanom for 1 year mate say Charles akọ threaten strike say sika ni hwa wodi ma secondary schools inti will close down school ana and net one saka sikano na wotimi ede nyuma adofenom there is always a time lag between when an economic policy is implemented and when the effect of the policy is felt in the economy. Enti FA na yefiase erihu the insunsanso of all the good policies our President Mahama deliver. Now me say 1 year from now, munyina mo beye adansi difo. Nyame nsira munyina.
Yo ononyamfo Thomas Nyakwampem. Yebede wase bebu. Sikasem etuto yie no na yakwan so yeyi. Ananom be di adansi se empem bebe se eye awanyofo eba mo naso a ade a edi mu akotene a mo de tuom anim ene makwan. Omampani mama otie na sopem. Eno nti no oye hyehyɛ se yebeye Ghana akwan yi. Na oswafo a wapaw no se onhwe Ghana akwan so ene ononyamfo Kwame Province Abuja a ene no odi enimu a Ghana akwan eye yi. Moma yenti na no bi so.
Minister Felix Nidasi, Your Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, our senior brother, senior colleague, Honorable Chief of Staff, colleague members of Parliament, colleague ministers of state, all heads of government institutions here. Nananum, we are very happy here. I just have a short message for you on President Mahama's reset roads. It is true that everywhere we've been during the campaign, and I was with the president on few occasions, the concerns of the people was about the roads leading to their hospitals, to their towns, to their schools, to their tourism places, and everywhere. And the president made a commitment that when elected, he will make sure that he will be the president that reset our road sector. Indeed, as we speak today, he's already started work on the road sector. One of the easiest things you see when government change in our country historically is to see projects being abandoned. And then they abandon it. President Mahama directed that no road project should be suspended or cancelled under his regime. And as we speak today, no road projects have been suspended. 2, even if the projects are not cancelled or suspended, what you see is that the contractors never get paid. Indeed, what you see with the Cocoa Board road program collapsing was simply because of the policy decision taken in 2017 by the previous government to say that all Cocoa road projects suspended and gone through a so-called investigation. By the time they finished, almost all the projects went bad. To the contrary, the reset President Mahama did the opposite. As of now, President Mahama has paid over 12 billion Ghana cedi to contract he's inherited. Not one cedi of those amounts was project he has awarded. So if a president actually came and actually paid 12 billion cedis for project he's inherited, that is a reset president. That is a different kind of leadership we are talking about. And I want to just take the opportunity, as my sister, the regional minister, was speaking. There are many projects that are in this region. We want to thank all those contractors that hit to the appeal of the president to continue working. Indeed, we inherited debt, that is work done not paid for, close to 40 billion if you were to add, in some cases, interest on delayed payment. Paying 12 billion is actually the largest ever payment within a period of time by any government to road contractors. So yes, we know we owe a little more to contractors, but keep faith with the state. Keep working. Don't just abandon that road leading to that community. That road is the lifeline to many people. So we want to commend all those contractors that keep working. We know you. We know where you are working. And we will prioritize paying you. And to those who actually took the job and have decided not to work, we know you also. Don't even bother to come to say that you want a new job. Because when you do well, you deserve a better thing. So we want to thank those. With Big Push, Your Excellency, we have 4 Big Push projects in this region. Your Excellency have decided to put the biggest Big Push project in the Eastern region. As a matter of fact, the Echiamanfo Bridge is the largest Big Push project in the country. And it's a bridge about 3 kilometers. We say, people think we are building bridge. We're actually building a whole economic enclave. Everybody knows the enclave within which the Adalso Bridge is. When that bridge is completed, everybody knows what that means for Ghana's agro-processing and job creation. And as I speak, Mr. Your Excellency, the contractors are on site doing geotechnical and soil tests and everything. So that project has already commenced. But unlike others, we don't take the president to site to cut sword when we don't see physical work commence. That is why we haven't gone to do sword cutting. But it doesn't mean that the project is not ongoing. The contractors are already there doing soil investigation and other things. And we want to also thank the contractors working on other big push projects in the region. Some of them are actually the most advanced. And I must thank, I don't know what you do to your contractors, almost all the big push contractors are ahead of schedule in the Eastern region. Unlike other regions that they are behind schedule, Eastern region, you take care of your contractors. Many of your contractors are ahead of schedule. The president has also directed that there are a number of key roads that should be on his urgent priority list. We are already preparing them ready for the phase 2 of the big push project. So I know that I have spoken to colleague members of parliament, Nananum and others, to take care of those. So don't worry, help is on the way with the additional key projects in the region that needed similar urgent attention, and we are going to be working on those. So I want to say that President Mahama's attention on Eastern region in terms of road is quite clear, and everybody will see, as my brother said, by the end of 2027, I expect that some of the big push projects should be completed. Probably even this year we can complete one of them, and which is 1 year ahead of schedule, without compromising on quality, without compromising on price. All these projects are supposed to be done within the contract period, and we want to thank you for all that you do. And then we want to encourage everybody, when the contractors are working in your communities, please don't leave them. Take your cameras there. Take your phones there. Of course, if you are not a civil engineer, don't say that the way they are mixing the concrete, because I've had videos and comments sent to me that I think you should have added 5 more bags of cement. But what you saw was less than that. That one is too technical for you. But when you see people walking away with cement from the site to other places, when you see people who are supposed to, contractors who are supposed to compact well, they didn't compact and they are trying to steal, by all means draw our attention. It is not nuisance. We want your money to be spent on something that lasts. President Mahama doesn't want to own any road project that fails in 6 months. And indeed, we have seen even asphalted roads fail in 6 months, not under our watch. We will not allow any road contractor to take public funds and do road that will fail in 6 months, and that is a commitment, that is a reset we want to bring. I want to thank you very much and say that President Mahama's road reset is on course. We are happy to see or to hear from you all that you think we can do to make sure that his dream, his vision for the road sector in Eastern region comes to fruition, to make sure that Eastern region gets its fair share of the road agenda. We are ready to listen to you. Thank you very much for everything.
It has been for Pami Abuja. And I nominate Adisia Ishimwa. I'm saying, and Naka Crane, Aturianchem, Cassia, Etoyen. Ewo Akosumo, Ebia, Yamia, Yamapeno. After so, in Yamadin, Fidi, be at Wachimakakra. And into Nakaniano, Ebuni ni prepre. Na mencha de edwuma akoswa and then say amodin asaba. Na sene be ya ye betse ye course wase ene edwuma aban aye a oguso ye se nkania no begina so afi ntino. Ononyamfo Don Abdullah Jinafo a oye oswafo a ohwe enyamahode so ewa ha. Obekire ye nsemu ama yehu asem no mu umasebe. Mom ye mon sema no.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Let me stand on the existing protocols and to acknowledge everybody. The energy sector remains very, very critical, and without electricity, lives become difficult. And the last 4 days shows that testament. When we assumed office, we had a very challenging energy situation. A debt of over 80 billion. We had seen load shedding month on month from January to December, and the records are available. Not 1 week, not 2 weeks. Every single month there was load shedding. Petroleum prices in 2022 went as far as 23 cedi per litre. That is the reality, and that is what we inherited. IPPs had shut down. The World Bank guarantee, 500 million, had been drawn down to zero. And so we took pragmatic steps to ensure fuel supply reliability. We increased our gas consumption by 100 mm-scarf to ensure that we had stable power. In fact, those of you who remember, somewhere around June, July, August, some people were doing recordings and asking that we should even put their lights off because the lights was too stable. And this is a fact. And so we've been working around the clock to ensure that we have stable, reliable supply of power. Of course, somewhere last week, on Thursday, we had a major fire incident at Akosombo. That fire consumed the entire control room. Na yeka ewa kankasama. Ebeka se edino eshi girbe. It knocks out over 1,000 megawatts of our generation capacity. And so obviously and inevitably, when you have such a situation, there will be challenges. Emra me kwachia o mono hono. Ebi mo ka se ebedi be bosome ensia ansa na yetimi a restore power no. Me frɛ o mampanyi ka kire no. O mampanyi ka se yenyire ye ho. Yemmo ye ho modern. Na enyina mankane no ensan emra bio. Nyame anim nokre na ede ebi kura epa aba nanso senia honorable ampem eka no Ghana ye technicians ye engineers broni baako emfre baabi ama Ghana for engineers emma ene emema form gangs of 3 working 8 hours 24 hours around the clock. Na yase yadia ebo abua kokosechi ema ne hotutu ye no tanka ebo abua kwankwa de bia nke yede ne komo chiri da nyame nchade due to the tenacity, the hard work of the engineers from VRA and Gridco, in less than 1 week ya restore enyamonkania ni nyina e de aba normal. Na okonfoboni ya ose ekronenshi no so what movie and na me na mo ka say enkania no as at yesterday when I got the briefing, not only are we meeting national demand, we are exporting power to Burkina, we are exporting power to Cote d'Ivoire, we are exporting power to Togo. Until those prolonged periods of load shedding, I, a friend of Dumsono, under His Excellency President Mahama, would work very hard to ensure, say, Yensan and Kohobium. Now what you are here, a detailed timetable for transformer replacement and upgrade exercise. Last week, 140 you are publishing in Yina. Now what you are here, 300 you are publishing in Yina. You 2 mira na ya chiresi. Nti ye the list ni nyina eba betuja. Kofodua area bia ye transformer upgrade na enkane na gina no ye de betuja. Ye wiesu a ye de betuja. Na wo ekiye no wakohwe no anwo se dwumadi a ye di no eye nokre ana enye nokre. Because His Excellency Mahama e de ato anim se gina po di nokre. Se challenges ba jitumo. Men can't Ghana for say a doom see challenges number. Yenya challenge, we admitted it, dealt with it, and resolved it comprehensively. Na meda Ghana for say. And naka kre ko mi yenya san ho kire. Mumu bebre efreye. Ema ye enkranhye se yebetimi aye. Nyamencha de so yetimiya. And so on behalf of His Excellency the President, on behalf of the people of Ghana, let me say a big thank you to the staff of VRA and Gridco for the job you've done. You deserve commendation. What you've achieved is unparalleled, and we have absolute confidence in you. Na yeshemubo se yewiye you made na yedino edayanim ye install over 2,500 transformers. And let me put on record, these are not transformers that we inherited. I've heard some misinformation going on. A transformer, His Excellency President Mahama, any honorable Atofosen, Etusika, Amayakoto, Fufro, Ayedi, Ebabeshe, and Yinamunkanianim. And so, on this note, let me thank the people of Ghana. Let me thank His Excellency for his leadership. And let me assure the people of Ghana that your energy situation is stable. And Yinamunkaniano, Ejina Sopimpe, Madam Wasibebre.
Yada Wasibebre, Oswafwa, Oshe. Enyama odin so epoye mantem so afo e na afesi kasem so afo abedi akire e de atudwa se impuntuo mapa aba kwan a aban fa so di sika e mane eye mensini e na nkron ketwa na ensem kaye bebre wo ho a e wase edi tudwa na yehu nhehye ahodo a ekoso ene nsunsu aso pa efiri saa nhehye ni maba anunti no eye oswafo a ohwe mensini nkron ketwa membuo ene ahensem ene nyamesem ensem so ononyamfo Ahmed Ibrahim ewa ha wade saa nkuntabuo no ebreye moma yemfa nsembo kese enhia no kwan.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana and our revered, blessed Continental Vice President, unopposed to be Africa's Continental President 2027. Our hardworking and highly blessed Chief of Staff, who is so disciplined that within 14, 16 months, no minister is involved in the scandal because he is coaching us. Colleagues, ministers of state and senior government officials, the president of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, Nenisakite Asare, the vice president of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, our revered members of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, and Queen Mothers, lovely former chairman of the National Democratic Congress is here, Honorable Ofusampofo, our only mother, whom we cherish, member of the Council of State, colleague members of Parliament and Ministers of State, hard-working MMDCs who have delivered the 826 project that my sister has mentioned. Mr. President, I don't have too much time today, but let me single out your appointee in the Eastern region, my sister, the Eastern Regional Minister. When you assumed office and gave us the mandate, every target that you gave us, she always finished before time. Even in the award of the 24-hour economy, some regional ministers who are male have not even finished, but she has finished on time. And she always moves with a team of the regional chairman, regional executives, MMDCs, and I think we have something to learn from her. Mr. President, this morning, police ministers have spoken, and I believe you don't have time. But the Deputy Finance Minister, who I cherish much, my brother Ampin, has touched slightly on my area, so my job is done. Man is only to thank you and to thank God for giving you to us as the president of this country. And I believe our political scientists, I'm a product of University of Ghana, and I study political science. This is your blueprint must be recorded in the Department of Political Science so that future leaders of this country will be trained on how to rule a country. Mr. President, everything being mentioned is not just mentioning. People are not just saying it. We were in this country when Engineer Kennedy Japan told us that the MPP have taught Ghanaians how not to rule a country. But President Mahama, you have taught Ghanaians how to rule a country. So if I say that this, your blueprint, must be recorded and sent to Political Science Department to teach Ghanaians, both MPP and NDC, how we want Ghana to be ruled and how we can build Ghana together. That is what I mean. It is for that reason that all the 54 presidents of Africa met and made you the first vice president of Africa. And unanimously agreed that next year they will make you the president of Africa. In fact, Ghana, we are blessed. And Mr. President, not only that, as I speak to you, only day before yesterday I was there and I was told that one of us has been made the second deputy president, vice president of African Parliament. And our speaker in this time, our speaker is the president of the whole African speakers. So your reign is making Ghana the toast of the world. And Mr. President, we are blessed to have you. On that note, I did my accountability in the Jubilee House last week, and I brought out the records. Mr. President, I'm so happy that with all the 826 projects that my sister has mentioned, not only here, if you come to the Eastern region, every district or all the 33 districts, be it the Akyamus block, the Achins block, the Kowus block, the Krobus block, the Kofod, everywhere, every district is benefiting the 24-hour economy market. And in all the 261 districts, every district is benefiting the 24-hour economy market. Mr. President, not only that, we've drilled, every district is drilling not less than 10 boreholes in 261 districts, not less than 2 check compounds in 221 districts, not less than 3 classrooms in 221 districts. If I want to mention this, time will not permit me. But finally, Mr. President, in 8 years, the MPP released 17 billion for this Assembly Common Fund. In 1 year, I mean direct release, in 1 year, Mr. President, you release 5 billion. In 1 year, in 7 years, 8 years, they released 1.1 billion for District Development Fund, which is DPAT. In 1 year, you release 738 million, close to their 8 years. So when you check and do the comparison, what you have done in 1 year far outweigh what they did in 4 years. And far is almost closer to what they did in 8 years. So that is why I said this must be written so that future leaders will be taught. How is this happening? I've been in Parliament for 18 years. Parliament was only reduced to signing loans, approval of loans. My brother Kwame Agboja and George Napo will be here, and they will smile me out. We were in Parliament in 2017 when we were told that if we didn't approve the 3 billion sovereign loan, Eurobond, Ghana was going to collapse. Mr. President, you are being in power. Not even a single Eurobond. But look at the projects. Look at the big project. Look at the power project. Look at everywhere. In February 20th, Mr. President, in fact, Mr. President, listen to this. In February 2024, Kwame Agboja, the chief whip, we were all whipped to Accra that if Parliament of Ghana didn't approve $30 million, 30 million, Ghana was going to collapse. We were recalled to do that. Led by Atufosin, Kwame Agboja, then Amabua, we said, then Ghana should collapse. That's for 30 million. We are not going to approve it. Justify how you have used all the loans you have taken. We didn't approve it. But Mr. President, from that February 2024 to December, we didn't approve any loan. Then when you came, the same conditions, the same Ghana. So what people are saying is, na Mahama kura onya sika no wo he. Everywhere, construction left, construction back, construction front, construction right. Where is Mahama getting the money to do this work? Mr. President, it is the same Ghana. It is the same Ghana, the same constitution, the same law. We haven't changed anything. The same parliament. The only thing that was changed is President Mahama in the front seat. Mr. President, with this, time is on our side. I thank Nananum, and I thank you, and I value you, and I cherish you, that you know all this. And that is why last month, Mr. President, the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs came to the Jubilee House to thank you and to thank God for the good things you are doing for this country. May God bless us all.
Yo, ono nyam for Ahmed Ibrahim. The better was to be. Yo, Yadamase. Baby, I agree. Sananum, Enya Butre, Etie, and some Kanya, Akoso. Enche, the best friend or Mampenina, or no sooner than this Betuja. Now, Ansan or Bebano, the Bema Quenya, Amananum so Eddie, or Manudisem Atuja. Na Nananum do Dona, the Waha, and Nunti, Omako Benkrum, Apau, a year, that Sebre, Equamwa, Ejapon, Tosumiunu, a year Quinine, say Onfa, or Manudisem, and Tuja. That's Sebre, Aquina, that's Sebre.
Ansa na mede manudi ebetu dwano ensem kakra bi ampese me kan se nananom se menkanche Pablo se enya himfie na abayo ne koye emo mu bisa ne se oye de o so ye entrepreneur no na obi fofo no kan na hu se ne a ono abojinapo abejina obu be na otimu se ne ho nso ahyehye ne papa na esanka mekatwi se ne a bia aka no nanso meba no ayemfuni bi esimasum se nka menka bofo mawo Honorable Felix what the bechemi ezan se ba bofo a ehu wo news file ya bofo a oka ne mu yedu ebu aye nte ase entinu megina protocols no my established the dano na me the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs ya no ya ensema tuka na so na minim se sanka yen kan ye di ansa na mo makasa ezan se dudu na ye beka no modi kan yi ano na so ye ka sani amugo se na nam nso ni amoye no ye ni di echi na afi nso na omampani nso bekasa eno nso na ebe ma nakai se obaye no na nanom nso kan Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, on behalf of Nananom, the chiefs and people of the Eastern region, you are most welcome to the great region. In the temporary absence of the President of this House, falls on me as the Vice to receive you today. Your Excellency, we commend you and your government the clarity of vision and the steady hand with which you have steered this nation in so short a time. And this has not gone unnoticed by those of us who watch, who listen, and who care deeply about the direction of Ghana. Indeed, leadership is not noise. It is clarity, direction, and results. On that score, Your Excellency, you have shown steadiness, the relative stability of the cedi against the dollar in these deeply uncertain global times is no small feat. It did not happen by accident. It signals discipline. Nananom are pleased, and I dare say the people of this region and this nation are grateful. Mr. President, we applaud the government's big push road agenda, a bold, visionary, and necessary intervention for a nation determined to connect itself, industrialize, and grow. It is brilliant in conception, and we believe it will be transformative in execution. We ask only this, and we ask it plainly. In fact, I'm not supposed to be part, but once I'm speaking for the region, because Afam Plains with a bridge, our roads cry out for strengthening. And our roads cry out for attention. Our industries await investments. When I say invest, more investments. Our infrastructure needs more strengthening, which I know you started already. And our people, the hard-working, enterprising men and women of this region, are more than ready. We must not be overlooked, and we must not be left behind. Your Excellency, Nananom, ladies and gentlemen, I want to speak about a matter which is very close to my heart as a poultry farmer. I speak not from theory, but from personal experience when I say that the Nkuko Nkiti program is inspired, and I hope my brother Pablo will visit Odeniho's farm. It is a brilliant concept that speaks directly to the dignity of rural enterprise and the livelihoods of our people at the grassroots. I implore Your Excellency and the Agri Ministry to extend a special package to Nananom and our chiefs, who command respect, the land, and the trust of communities across every corner of this region. Empower them to establish model farms. Give them tools and the support, and they will carry this program further, faster and deeper than any government machinery alone can reach. Chiefs are government's greatest last mile partners. Use us and work with us. Your Excellency, as you are no doubt aware, youth unemployment remains the most urgent and painful wound in the body of this region, and indeed of the nation. Our young men and women are educated, energetic, ambitious, and willing. What they lack is not character. What they lack is opportunity. We urge you, we implore you to act with urgency, create jobs, invest in skills, and anchor real industry here in the Eastern region. A nation that cannot employ its youth cannot sustain peace. On behalf of Nananom of the Eastern region and the people, we pledge our full support, our cooperation, and our unceasing prayers for your success, because your success is Ghana's success. May the God of our ancestors grant you wisdom in counsel, strength in trial, and long life in service. May your tenure be remembered as a golden chapter in the unfolding story of this great nation. God bless Your Excellency. God bless the Eastern region. God bless Ghana. Thank you.
Nana, yɛda wase bebree. Nananom ne mpanimfo a yɛhyia mu ha. Baabi a yɛdu yi, yɛn nyinaa de enidie bɛma yɛn mu so. Na yɛato nsa afrɛ ɛyɛ ɔmampanin John Dramani Mahama. Na ɔne yɛ abɛkyɛ nsɛm kayɛ kakra. Wɔn yɛmfa nsɛm wɔn nhyia no kwan.
Madam Ase, Pacho Obian Transi. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Ase. Let me proceed on the protocol established, but let me recognize our traditional leaders, our queen mothers, our Zongo chiefs and imams, our clergy from the Christian community, our ministers, senior government officials, security agencies, the people of Eastern region, and especially my children up there, the students. You are looking very beautiful in your uniforms, yeah? And this is the Resetting Ghana Tour. It's an accountability series to inform the people of Ghana who gave us the mandate and put their trust in us, what work we have done over the last 1 year for them. And so a cross-section of the people from every region is invited to attend. And of course, our students are a very important part of our society, and that's why they are here today. Thank you very much. The ministers have spoken, and they've touched on almost everything. So I just put a little emphasis on a few things just to fill in some gaps. But I want to congratulate our Honorable Regional Minister. Minister, Yabo Abaso, Senior Minister Kaino, Wejuma Soini, and Kososa, why? Now, Newan says, Senior Local Government Minister Ekayano. Abra Yaba Abaimu. Are there a friend of decentralization? Na asan dani centralization. Decentralization a free rollings emreso. You did District Assembly's Common Fund ebaye. Na District Assembly's Common Fund no. You say district bia omankasa omunhwe omunyoma so. Na enkoba se yen betra aban betra akra na akire se yenkoye we wo ha na bra e 1992 constitution bae no ene de sika ebeboa this decentralization no ede no so beka ho ene district assemblies common fund concept eno 1992 constitution ede bae na ohwe constitution na you say between 5% and 8% of government revenue must be transferred to the district. It means Abain Eje 100 billion. Between 5 and 8% of sa 100 billion no. I will see Edema assemblies no. Na Omwan Kasa impuntu ompeso omudi yebia no omudi. And so Abra NDC woho ma bain dada Professor Meka said, my former incarnation as president. Abra, mi befi akunyano so. Na sika yedema district assemblies no, 7.5%. Interjese na ka 5%, na 8% ceiling no. Na echese yedru 8% ceiling no. Na enfomso a abanfofra ebeji ye ne say 7.5% of total revenue. Omo beje ye no ena omo te so ba 5%, the lower floor instead of 7.5%, you know. The constitution say 5 to 8%. In terms of the 5% and ebeko. Now to make matters worse, 5%, you know. Omo de bibia your friend no alignment, capping and alignment.
statutory fund bia to say road fund, district assemblies common fund, get fund, national health insurance levy, bia statutory fund bia almost set a cap. Enti sika beba sa efoto no say a bro amount bia ne aka nyina e wo say ko aban efoto mu into the consolidated fund. Enti apart from the fact say omode ba 5% no, afi 5% no mpo na omunya that full 5%. Na muntie ha, the worst part ne say after say nyina esi ye no kakra aka no anka fa no koi na omo fanye adwuma and also omo de tra akra district assemblies common fund office ena ne aka no instead of 100% of ne aka no enko no assemblies no munya as low as 42% of sika aka no ejinana akufado DCs ayebo omo so mo enye omo na sika ne mma eche se aban no agi sika ne nyina won kran ena omo ena be kire se ko nana kwafo prom nakosi jinanan bia oha nakosi classroom oha nakosi say into district chief executives na kasa no munya hwe sika ne ba no mu de chetua enyomo ehia salaries ne ade na sika na asa enti me hwe sa no me bae me se no 5% a ye ya to ho se ye de beye empunto e wo district decentralization no ehu 80% e wo se ye de call district no directly ye mfantena nkran kire ne omo mfanye enti ene uhu ye DCs na ye from adwuma wura bibi amakobi am se adwuma wura efisa sika na eba no afen so abaida da etwem no eto de bia 3/4 na sika no mai enso enen so de every quarter etwem a ye calculate ye hu wo musika e wo se de ma wo na ye pia akọ enti ama afe bebia obekobia wo hu se empunto koso ye de wo musika ma wo a ne aye ka ne se usika afibia si classrooms mienu to replace schools under trees. See chief's compound mienu. And I asked 20% ato ho say legacy project bia edaho. You should start 20% no fire. If we say abra year campaign 2024. Because say ye nja edwuma bia ento ho. Bibia yebetu ye bia yebeto aso ne awie. It is at 20% na Yama district assemblies no. Say ebia na omusi chips compound abra bandada wo ho eche say edru bebia omuntimi anwie no. Eho enombe yiska atwaso. Enti o hwa abandoned projects ni nyina ye beto ye no. Ya starte ye eche say nipa enya ho mfaso. Enti eno eya sema ewo ho. O hwe nia yenua Deputy Minister of Finance no enra ejumayefo ebedi o mafahye ewo Koforida ha na theme of omweyi and say pivoting from stability to growth and jobs na obeka say omone finance minister na betra ho enomu hu say sa na wo say omode omu team because sa ne enso ye de ato ya adwum say ye ba ye se ne ayesika sem no esi atete no apansan no nia ewo se ehia se ye ene se ye ma etodin na yesika sem engina enti afia etwa mu nyina bibia ye bia ene se ye de stability ebeba economy no na wo hwe edwumaden Ministry of Finance ene ye minister fo nyina eye nyame encha de 2025 eba na wiye na eche se stability aba yesika semu pa eka yede ni etua amana bafom IMF ka che se by 2028 e was say your debt to GDP every 67% eba 48%. By the end of 2025 near the debt to GDP, no, if it's at 67%, no, yeah, they're about 25%. And the idea almost in 2028, you know, by end of 2025, near year. You bet 2 years now, CD and I'm 16 point something to $1. Na CD near Kase Yacheno, Alokeno, Edeki Ama IGP, or sign a breaky jail, no. Make honey, I'll be back. Yen ye, we Makada, Yankoche dollar no. Na who ya say obeche dollar no. Ye ma see the nankasa honding, send a bear, obeti me akon any dollar no no the on market form. And you see, you know, your man drips, your man muja, your man duanipedi ye. Ena ono ankasa sorry kokon nekun. Ena dollar de ne hwe ho, pound de ne hwe ho, euro de ne hwe ho. Sorry. Did I make her 25%? I said that to GDP, no, about 45% by end of 2025. You and see, more beyond me say about 25%. 45%. Almost say Yemfamra 48% by end of 2028. And so by end of 2025, now they're above 45%, 4 years ahead of schedule. Enti, Yaya say, you know, the next challenge, and they say, Yebema, the economy ne enyi na yetimenya sika kese na edi ahye enjumemu se ne beya yemabunu benye edwumaye. So now that we've stabilized the economy, the next object away yenim say yebe invest in those parts of the economy ebe bie enjuma. So we're moving from stability, like I said yesterday, to opportunity. From stability to job creation, from stability to growth. And see, Butaya yedisi yenim a year the next a year was here no. And see, may announce here, finance ministry omo yenhuejuma. Your new economy policy document a yedeba. The backup cabinet near their parliament. Now no. Yeah, the 1% of GDP every year, 1% of GDP. Yeah, the best share in the sectors are intimidate in Yumaba. You know, to say agriculture, agribusiness, textiles industry, cotton growing, any digital innovation, Bibia, intimidate and Yumaba. We're going to use 1% of GDP to invest there. Now, the Beji economy, no, our economy was about $87 billion. We were then in number 11 in the world. Now, we share the end of year numbers, actual numbers, no. But it is estimated, say, the economy, no, it has grown from that $87 billion to $114 billion. I just said, you fee number 11 in Africa to number 8 in Africa in terms of size of GDP. It is the 1% of sa GDP at the share in Jumamwa, Senebeya, Mabnubenya, Jumaya. I'm sure that we can make a breakthrough. Now, I know now, Honorable Ahmed Khan, Obise, na Sesika Ogana in Yenim. Ahina Mahama Yesika or the yes and you may na. And what was say? If you say, and you may a ye na 24-hour market here, ye acquire 2,000 kilometers of roads at the same time.
2,000 kilometers of roads at the same time. Ejuma ekoso ewo Ghana henyina a contracted the certificate ba yetuanaka. A senior road minister kan contracts are no more year abandada eko eno. Yantwe bia ngu yesi obi anto aso nye na ejuma wo certificate afabra ebetua oka. Enti eno so ye etua. A man from bridge over Afram Plains, the Ama contract. The longest bridge, I'm sure in West Africa, because 3.2 kilometers long. Nanina Yankon Kojibusian will be Bia, Yagana Sikeya. Ya Yagana Sikeya and Yadia. It is a Usha, a free January I buy Bibia Yibia, Yanko Amanone Enkoje, Eurobond, and also international capital market. The only institutions MIA any African Development Bank, any IMF, because of program Ayum. And so Yankasi Enko Kasa Eurobond, they coach 3 billion. They are 2 Ghana to also. Now, with that money, we're not doing that. Now, Medical Krabeka, Minya, Ketwa, Energy, and Green Transitions. Oka, Nisi, Wakusumbo. Now, Enra, Mebo, Yenu Anuma, Juma, VR, Greco, Meboma Basofa. If you say, Okoshe, Juma, Muye, Anka Baby Nasa, Semisi, Anka Omode. Abrofo engineers be free amanone abeso ano amaomo enso esi ye no ya ye engineers ye nuanom Ghana for abibifo broni bakompo enka ho wonhu enumfita bia wo ho broni bia enka ho ya ye engineers na ne efene se ebi ye mabunu bebre so eye ma mekohu e ma wo ho a omo so omo hye tokro no mu a omo twe cable no em se ba ko meni ni twa enfoni aba social media so oye service owie SHS university in che owie university in che ene de no post echo VR Greco tanko ye ejuma wo ho o sate ejuma wo Greco we di be 4 months be. And I also account and almost cable no. Within 2 days, not 3 units as Saba. By the 4th, 5th day, not 4th unit, about 5th unit. Me wa hono na 4 units ye juma, no more ye juma on the 5th unit. And I'm catching say, President, the answer now be na unit number 5 are starting. And Pansu man could drunk crying, me feel home man could drunk crying, and a friend me say, oh, unit number 5, you treasure to. Na najwa ena jina po frame or see unit number 6 and so eja bam. And so I was say yes to the future. And yet the yentina say emma assembly in siansa. O share Ghana send economy ni si kono ama your consumption air cost. You buy na consumption in number 3,500 megawatts. And then we know say your consumption at peak it drew 4,300 megawatts. If we say more investment about room into the demand for electricity is increasing. Into I was say the generation ni be account. Send a beya yebenya redundancy ni abrofo friend redundancy. Apart from that say ye na donso na yedibiko Burkina ne Togo omu na omu hia kania na omu tuayeka. It will bring foreign exchange into the country. Enti yene finance ne energy omu aye design yebeye 1,200 megawatts gas fired electricity generating plant. Na nyamiadom afia me no ka sei ye de asobe bofom na sai djuma na hyase na ehu hia so sɛ yɛbɛyɛ sɛ adwuma no na yɛde 1200 megawatts aka ho because yɛbaeɛ no na aban a efiri akonnwa so kɔɛ no ɔmo ne ɔmo a ɔmo tu frango ni nyinaa ɔmo ne ɔmo ako a kyerɛ sɛ ebinom mpo ɔmo apake ɔmo nneɛma efiri Ghana akɔtra Cote d'Ivoire nti yɛbaeɛ ɛna yɛsi dɛbi yɛankasa yɛntumi nyɛ yɛnyi efidie a yɛde kɔ ɛpo mu ɛdrele kɔ fam ɛkɔtu frango no ba nti gye sɛ wei mu bɛboa yɛn na yɛtumi yɛ nti egya after January February busa no yɛtu kwan ɛkɔ aburokyire bɛyɛ 3 times ɛna egya mekɔ korɔkorɔ mu kakra me so ɛnyɛ hwɛ aban foforɔ aba nti mu deɛ biribi a esi biara mu ngyae ma ne nka mese biribi a esi biara mu ma ne nka nti mu deɛ mu mmra ne nkasa ɛna meka kyerɛ ministers no mese ɛda ho bɛduru hɔ mu deɛ mu fa ho mmra Jubilee House ɛna egya ɔmo baayɛ wobɛka sɛ ahemfo kɛseɛ te sɛ mo na aba yɛgye ɔmo a waa tu yɛ red carpet wahu carpet a yɛde sɛ fam a yɛnante so ɔmo baayɛ na yɛgye ɔmo a waa tu ɛne ɛne ɔmo kasae ɛna nte aseɛ yɛ adwuma meka sɛ yɛne ɔmo asaine Jubilee Partners ɔmo de $2 billion ɛbɛhyɛ ɔmo adwuma no mu na ɔmo de more gas abrɛn nti ɛno nti ɔsɛ yɛsi a second gas plant sɛ mu nim Atoabo gas processing plant gas ɛbɛba no ɛdɔɔso kyɛn capacity of Atoabo gas processing plant nti ɔsɛ yɛsi nea yɛfrɛ no GPP2 gas processing plant 2 sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ extra gas no yɛbɛtumi afa nea yɛfa extra gas no so a ɛwɔ sɛ yɛ supply ma electricity companies mu na ɔmo de yɛ electricity na wohwɛ electricity generators ɛwɔ hɔ a ɔmo use gas foforɔ a efi hɔ aba yɛne ENI so assign ne ɔmo de 1.5 billion ɛbɛhyɛ mu na ɔmo de more gas aba nti gas no bɛdɔɔso akyɛn yɛ existing plants nti ɛwɔ sɛ yɛso yɛyɛ another plant ɛbɛtumi agye saa extra gas no na ɛyɛ saa yɛde ka yɛ existing generating availability so we will go almost towards 6,000 megawatts nti ano kyerɛ sɛ for the next 10-15 years sɛ yɛanyɛ plant bi anka ho a still we will have enough electricity for Ghana afei so wohwɛ health sector unfortunately your health minister ni ha but the last resetting agenda ɔkasa fine ɛnneɛma mmienu foforɔ a bɛka ho ɛne Ghana Medical Trust Fund a yɛfrɛ no Mahama cares ɛna free primary health care ɛno nso ɛyɛ nneɛma mmienu a yɛde aba first ne yɛwɔ national health insurance nko a nti nneɛma pii ɛnni national health insurance no so nti sɛ wonya yareɛ bi te sɛ cancers ni bi wokita health insurance card mpo a wontumi mfa nsa wo ho yareɛ nti wohwɛ nso a yɛwɔ nea yɛfrɛ no non-communicable diseases ɛyɛ menka ne sɛn ɛyɛ yareɛ te sɛ stroke heart attack breast cancer cervical cancer kidney failure na wohwɛ yɛ man mu a increasingly no ɛno ɛna kum nipa ɛkyɛn bibiara sɛ yɛka sɛ morbidity ɛwɔ borɔfo kasa mu a ɛkyɛ sɛ nneɛma a ɛkum nipa ɛwɔ kuro biara so kyɛn bibiara nti saa non-communicable diseases no ɛkum Ghanafoɔ 42% per annum wohwɛ nipa a ɛbɛwu the whole year ɔmumu 42% saa yareɛ no na ɛbɛkum ɔmo na sɛ nea aka no ebi yɛ malaria ebi yɛ HIV/AIDS ebi yɛ typhoid ebi yɛ bibi foforɔ nti it is the single largest killer of Ghanaians and so na yɛnni bibi a ɛtumi boa ɔmo ɛwɔ saa yareɛ no sɛ ɔmo bɛtumi anya ayaresa nti Mahama care no is taking care of that but apart from that sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛnya 100% universal health coverage na e was say yede free primary health care so back. Then the last rural area, a free chips compound, polyclinic, health center. Yede nhyehyɛ bi ba sɛne bɛyɛ yɛbɛtumi reach more remote areas near the ade. Me nhwɛ hospitals akɛseɛ fɛfɛɛfɛ ɛwɔ ekuro pɛ. Nti oba regional hospital say oh yeah hospital yɛ fɛ almost hospital wɔ ha. Nso nkurase no they also need the health care. Nti na yɛde the idea of chips compounds ɛbaayɛ. But chips compound no nko a wode kɔ hɔ na otriti malaria ne saa nneɛma na. It's different from free primary health care. Free primary health care ɛwɔ nea yɛfrɛ no preventive part of health care. Ɛno ɛne yɛntumi nya ne yie nti na ɛyare kunkum yɛn nkurɔfoɔ saa. Nti free primary health care yɛ a yɛalɔnkye ɛyɛ both curative and preventive. Na preventive part no ɛna health volunteers ɛne nurses yɛafa wɔn yɛama wɔn mfidie a wɔn hia biara wɔn wɔ scans nti sɛ bibi hawa na ɔba chips compound hɔ a wɔn wɔ scan a wɔn bɛtumi ahwɛ bibi a haw sɛ bibi a wɔsɛ wɔn de wɔkɔ district hospital a na yɛ transfer wɔkɔ hɔ. Apart from that wɔn bɛyɛ outreach health screening na yɛsrɛ mo nananom momfa mo ho ngye mu efisɛ all your kingdoms health volunteers no ɔmo wɔ days a ɔmo bɛba na ɔmo de ɔmo fidie esi dua bi ase anaa school na ɔmo abɔ ho dowro sɛ yɛbɛyɛ health screening wɔ ha nti ɔmo ba momboa na obi mpie maka sɛ Ghana ni biara ɛwɔ sɛ at least once a year wokɔ na yɛ check o sɛ ne bɛyɛ a sɛ wo develop kidney failure sɛ wo develop cancer sɛ wo develop saa yare body ni bia those non-communicable diseases a wobɛhu ne ntɛm because saa yare no sɛ wohu ne ntɛm a yɛtumi sɔ ano but sɛ wotwɛn na ɛdi kɔ wo mu na wokɔ a doctorfoɔ no bɛbie no ɔmaka sɛ o wei deɛ biribi ani hɔ a yɛbɛtumi ayɛ nti wo deɛ kɔfie na kɔwu dabi yɛmpɛ ne saa nti ɛwɔ sɛ Ghana ni biara wohwɛ wɔ esikyire ɛwɔ wo mugya mu sɛ ɛkɔ soro a ɛde ɛno na ɛde diabetes ɛba o blood pressure on be measure ebi yɛ pre-hypertensive ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ nduru hɔ but you are almost there nti wohu a ne akyerɛ wo aduane a ɛni sɛ wodi sɛnea mekae no anadwo aduane no ɛno na ɛha dwen paa wafiri adwuma ba a yɛde banku kɛseɛ ne nkurumankwa esi w'anim na wodwen sɛ yɛayɛ wo yie yɛku enti saa nneɔma no nyinaa ɔmbɛkyerɛkyerɛ sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a obiara bɛtumi ahwɛ n'apɔmuden ɛso ma menka ne bebree ɛm sɛ menya akwanya asan akasa nti nea mede bɛtwa toɔ ɛne nea nana kan no ɛyɛ adwempa a ɔde ama yɛ paa ɛfiri sɛ yɛstate nkokɔ nketenkete no yɛakyɛ nkokɔ no fine yɛwɔ different categories of nkokɔ nketenkete yɛwɔ big poultry farmers na yɛaboa wɔn a ɛkyerɛ sɛ wɔn bie wɔn adwuma mu ɛna yɛwɔ medium fo wɔn nso yɛma wɔn bɛyɛ 8,000 birds at a time ɛna nkokɔ nketenkete fo no deɛ wɔn nya 50 birds at a time nti sɛnea nana kan no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛ ma ahemfo no bi nso bɛka ho because not only say omo won nsase no wɔ hɔ and then apart from that say nana ɛyɛ a ɛbɛyɛ obi nso fɛ sɛ sɛ nana ɛyɛ a ɛnea me nso ɛnyɛ adwuma a mentimi nyɛ nti na ɔno nso ɛde ne ho agye mu bi nti ɛnyɛ only nkokɔ nketenkete yɛwɔ livestock yɛwɔ different yɛwɔ vegetable production nana wowɔ asase a yɛwɔ abɛsiesie hɔ ne adrele borehole ne yɛde polytank sisi hɔ na ɛkyerɛ sɛ tomatoes yi ne nkruma ne mako ne bibia na odo a no akɔtɔn wadeɛ nti ɛno yɛwɔ different categories nti mɛka kyerɛ agric minister no abie new register ama ahemfo a ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔmode ɔmo ho agye feed Ghana no nti mede ma no bɛsi ha na yɛatwɛn ɛm sɛ yɛbɛwɔ nsɛmbisa anaasɛ adwen bi a obi pɛ sɛ ɔka no na Eja na yɛde aba wie medam ase.
Yo Ghana Mampeni Ononyamfo John Dramani Mahama yɛde nase kɛseɛ ɛna bɛma wo sɛ wahyɛhyɛ yɛn nsɛm mu. Enuanom ne adɔfo sisi a Mampeni akasa wie ɔne nasoafoɔ ayɛ krado sɛ obi wɔ asɛmbisa anaa adwenkyerɛ ɛfa Ghana memuo ɛne nhyehyɛ aban ɛyɛ ne ho a ɔde bɛba na ano yi ɛsɛ pata no yɛde ama no. Na mesrɛ sɛ yɛbrɛ na yɛbe ne saa ne nti no yɛbɛdi kan agye nsɛmbisa enum na ɔmampani ne asoafoɔ eyi ano yɛwie a na sɛ ɛbrɛ wɔ hɔ na akonya bɛbɛ mu a yɛasan agye bi aka. Nti sɛ obi wɔ ha na ɔwɔ asɛmbisa anaa adwenkyerɛ a yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ ɔmmɛn akɛsɛmu no na ɔmmisa n'asɛm. Ɛbrɛ no nti yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ wobɛtwa w'asɛm no tiawa na wabɔ no tɔfa prɛko pɛ ɛde ama yɛn sɛne ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛtumi anya berɛ agye dodoɔ naa. Nti yɛdi kan no nnipa nnum yɛsrɛ sɛ wotɔ so a ɛyɛ ade a mpanimfoɔ bɛma wɔatena ase. Nti yɛka yɛnum yɛgye yɛn no wie ansa na yɛaba foforɔ aka so. Nti batɔ bɔ wo din ne baabi a wofiri na fa w'asɛmmisa no ɛto hɔ.
Me din de Lily Brain Jessian na ene yɛda kɛseɛ paa ma me ene ɛkyɛn last week na me di me birthday na me yanka ene ɛnyɛ me birthday. Me retired teacher na me wa edwuma mu no sa me tra adwene fa methods a ye de tra dia na me yenko bisa me se ana wakati na esu di ana ebro so we ye ade ebro so ana na wokofa we dia bada ban ye be ye we sa oh let's go content na ye bu na theory na ubisa akola the theory for even just why do we have length and breadth as a formula for area. It's like it's like either chi brofana chi. I had to say either it's like or I had to say. This is what we have. I was born to meet this. From my infancy, we know all the theories, but we must be started from where it started. And it has been I've longed for this. I've seen many. So to cut my story short, I have a lot. I have more than a lot. I have more than a lot to come up to deliver for a child to know why Nege became poor. So my short story is that I must be invited wherever necessary so that I demonstrate why we have 3x plus 6 is equal to 21. And it's like it is the reality. The negative crossing the bridge to become positive. A woman, if it
yadawasi bebre. But on you do emra. Madam Bajo, send me country no, but what I'm not offer a brilliant me pamucho, your friend me FOYAO. You are gala we here. Me pese me bisa en ben akase munu na yente woni ye frɛ me FOYAO me wogara we he ya me pese me bisa NDC aban sɛ emri ben ne yebehu ɔra no ho nkɔfo na omedi yesika akɔka omo hɔ a yehu hwe na mo na aban we yɛbɔ mɔden ɔmbɔ busia yɛ na mo ɔte di Ghana yɛte sika so ɛkɔm de yɛn ɔtimi di Ghana sika ɛde kyekyere ɔman kakakra tambe na yebehu sɛ Sankofo na mawie yesika no ye be hu so mutu yesika ma ye yo ya te ona pese me bisa ban no ye de anu ye beba yo ansenes ye tie
Your Excellency the President of the Republic, please allow me to stand on existing protocols. Your Excellency, firstly, I would like to thank you a lot for the nursing and midwifery training allowances that has been paid. Also, we are reliably informed that coming week, the allowances will be paid again. Also, we would like to thank you for the no-fee stress, which quite a good number of my colleagues have benefited from. His Excellency the President of the Republic, please, I am a student of the Nursing and Midwifery Training College, Koforidua. And I would like to put some challenges across. Please, firstly, our school needs, we are looking for a site for a new campus. Also, we also need school bus for our rotation services. We also need the expansion of our classroom blocks and our administration blocks, as we are looking forward to offer special courses in the Nursing and Midwifery Training College, Koforidua. Lastly, I would also like to appeal to the President of the Republic that we need hostels. About 500 plus of our students live outside campus, and they are having issues with our landlords and our landladies. Lastly, I would like to say, Abba and Papa, Abba, thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. Please, my name is Eric Opoku Dankwa. Please, I would like to know the progress of the Eastern Regional Hospital that was being built in the former administration, when it's going to be completed, and if it has any update on it, I'd like to know about it.
All right, thank you very much. So we'll take, all right, go ahead.
And also, yesterday, the President touched on railways that all the regional capitals are enjoying. I've lived in Koforidua here for quite some time, sir, and I can confidently tell you that some years past, all the railway here, the railway metals were removed, that there will not be any railway in Koforidua again. So when is Koforidua own going to be started, sir? And also, Mr. President, I'd like you to give me an opportunity to talk to you after the program. Thank you.
All right. So we'll take Yabeje as a mistake chat war. I was I found one more. Yes.
Mr. President, first of all, my name is Mike.
As a Mr. Bakope, you are entitled to just one question. Thank you, sir. Just one, please.
Thank you, sir. My name is Mike Atay. We, the people of the Kobo land, thank you for giving us.
Please speak up. Yeah.
Hello, Mr. President.
Yeah,
my name is Mike Atay.
Go ahead, yeah.
From Somanya. We thank you for giving us a Kubo woman as our regional minister for the first place. Mr. President, our problem is about the unemployment rate in the country. And we, the people in the Yido Kobo, have a vast land for cultivation of mango. So we are urging you, before you be leaving office, to create an industry for we, the people in the Kobo land, as a mango juice processing factory. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. So the President would answer these 5 questions, after which we'll take another round of questions.
Minya, retired teacher. I was inviting on not the theory of x times x equal to a diameter pi r squared ne triangle. And so Nyo can say, I was say yama yadrin enko on foundational learning, because I say which akwadani dia it's like nature say nadrin ayeho, and you must go to foundational learning. Now foundational learning is say, and for that there are 3 important things that they need to have. One is literacy. As I said, I was so kind. He must be able to read. By the time the child leaves class 6, he must be able to read. Then the second is numeracy. Numeracy next the child should be able to work with figures. And I say arithmetic, also otimi eye. Then the third one is critical thinking. Your friend, critical thinking. Those are the 3 important things that a child must have before they leave primary school. Na say omo enya saade no na obedru senior high school na we na free say a chese foundation no anye ye concrete and komu ye enti bibia obesi woso bia engina enti what you're saying is right. Enti any education for akasa to see how we want enya Ghana hankwa is a problem across all Africa. Enti menya invitation from Nigeria or baby a friend obiageli ezekwezili no ejuma or World Bank I just say all this our foundational learning no ato ne so say she wants to help to fix foundational learning in Africa inte nchebia ye be a big conference for foundational learning e wo Ghana ha na ya tun safre Africa fo nyina ne nyina abehwe se ne betoto nyoma ye betimi ama ye nkwada no from primary school on betimi nya the three important ingredients are omo de betwa omo eyiso na say oral nia minu anu bisaye very important say nipa ede ne trust ehye omu a say utimi bu hu nkunta enti na me say this will be an accountable government enti omo ye adwuma e wa ban mu nyina maka kire omo se okoye eyi na onya o scandal eno de membe jantwame menko nana bia ho nka se besre president mame eno de se special prosecutor na se Iyoko de se nyumbia ba Iyoko koko ba na ede okwa menko friend nana bia se ombe pamacho enti ye boy esika ho ban enso ne ka no so ne se omo a eche se ye de to mission omo sa eche se omo ye esika se mbasa no e wo se omo so ye twe omo so se ne be ya o chene bi obi abehu se wo ye sa ye be twe aso enti investigations na ekoso me ne o ka se ye wo cases be 7 wo court but ya investigate ye ya de akọ court no me pese court ni change sem na entem and so mean to me court ho and catch a judge say asem no wo ya che ye entem mean to me yes sir because osha your separation of powers me na me executive omo na judiciary and so ye ne chief justice akasa say na be ya one ne judge for no betimi ahwe na echese cases no omo chain entem na se nipa ni defo a na ye nim ne be no so odi bem so a na eja no no ko ni baby enti investigations na dia koso I just say me ne ka say be 7 cases wo ho o ma prepare be another 5 or 6 cases I just say and also be court but ye democracy nti ye work constitution we anka Rawlings address so PNDC time and no ani say akoche omu nyina na ye de omatum ne aka say kire ye adekrontia obetimi aka say sa asemi enya ona oye eno ye frɛ no prove your innocence before we release you no soldier ban betimi aye and so democratic government you say you are innocent until you are proven guilty and also a constitution asem na me ko gina Black Star Square modesika no share me sa me swai say constitution no medi so enti even though me ankasa me nyaa anka me chi omu na akotum na echese omu aka say omu difo ana so omu dibem and so constitution say I was here tea omu asem na ye hwe say omu difo a ansa na ya twe omu aso enti we dey mesre mo munya abotre na judges na nye omu adwuma minu aba okasa no from Koforidra midwife school eno mesre regional minister ne ya nananum ahemfo ose omu hia site for omu new campus eno de ewo mo amusem enti eno me ye hwehwe enye yie nso say regional minister ene nana mo behwe na say asase bi wo ho a mo atwa mo na o ma start omu new campus and so enyoma aka no emi de say ose omu allowances ne ba say alawaba for no so arrears no so ba enti echebia mo sabeka afa no fee stress policy no aboa emabunu bebre if say Osha Ghana you were free compulsory universal basic education. Say public school. Ghana ha basic school I won't yashe. And I pay a free SHS on Swaba. Into secondary school I won't yashe. Into I offer no moon yashe sa na abofana kopase or call nursing training college and now call college of education and now call university. Suddenly near say betua say. I told the beer a bit more omunya second to me to auntie. Who cases be brea? I just say, and Quadano, when you admission, but when to me, uncle, because I often know to me in yes, Camano. And then say, you find no fee stress policy. So the first year, no, Obebano Quine na wako without stressing about fees. During the first year, no, Obe apply for student loan. There was student loan trust fund plus. And no, what to me, to say, now the 12 fees in a who ye now near Juma, no started to as a unye Juma, won't you agree? And by second year, no, obey me after student loan, no, at the chair, ni fees. And no, a cost ye. And so, yenya keto obebusa, you know, na kuku draw the baby sign in and your markano, yes, school bus. Classroom, any hostel. I know me wa to me. Enti me shamobo say school bus no enche mo sabeka. And a classroom ni hostel no so Mema get fund abisi amamo. Moscow no the same. Koforidu nurses and midwifery college. You mate. Enti yebeba abisi amamo. Eastn Regional Hospital. Abayfo dada no AC no. Drew about 60-70% completion. And Jakabaye 30% near you. And so now a cabida hoa near omuntia contractor no. And the Yane Ministry of Finance Akasa say omuntia contractor no. And now mekan wo Mayday no. Say enchebia contractor no beba on site na Wabewi Hospital no. And near Tratwo a mango juice. I'm saying, many say mango bebre, ewo omumpotem ho. And so we have factory a mango juice, and also matrato ho. Ministry of Trade and Industry, omo funds via omo de bois private sector, and no abang embassy mamu. The percent private sector and kasa besi. Send a bay omo kasa ombeshe omo adia so. Na echese bushing bia yadebema omo betu akakra. Enti se mu betimi aye cooperative mpo a mo mango growers no mo kabum na mo ye mokuo bi se mo pese mo ba na mo beje bosia no na mo de process mo mango na mo ba will help you to be able to put up the factory to produce the juice. In terms of the chat one
that was it send me kan kai no ebre no etia yen nti ye betumi agency mbisa enum pe aka ho the best remo amaka ne say montre ensemo amowo no na mo pamre regional minister baby anu ye wo bia no ye bepe na ye de amane mo ye best remo ye da ma se mate asesa.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. I respond to the name Abu Inshra Kosia, a student of Ghana Senior High School, Ifijasi.
Please speak up. Speak up. Speak up. Yeah.
I would like to say thank you to Your Excellency for making sure we are well taken care of and well fed in our schools. Your Excellency, I am a young girl in the senior high school, studying hard to get to the tertiary level, complete and finally face life. But here is the case where, in most workplaces, men are given more opportunities than women. I would like to ask Your Excellency how you would help bridge that gap, because when women are given opportunities, they deliver. An example is Honorable Rita Akosia AJ Awati, Eastn Regional Minister.
All right, thank you very much. The next person, you this one now.
Thank you, Mr. President, for this great honor. Maka say Yasuansa, and I name the Mudu. Honorable His Excellency, Wamambono Ekoye by Anyakofodi Ankwana Matanada. Matana may be to start creating one year. Mepese Anka housing project. Me who say housing project. Honor, I said bidding going 600, 500 a month. Emma, yako haso or higher break, and maybe the idea Tibeto. Until we need more Anka Accra housing project, no, and Kebetu about taking one idea on an anomet nasi. Nanka, Mpese Wamambonia Krabeshu, and Tina may bought and same to say. Now, taking one idea, no, one in an anomet nasi, sending on electricity for it now. Man come up with what a palm and all you know.
But what's a bit of a mind? A brand new. That's it. What I say, I didn't see it also. Yo, Yati, Company at Nasubiano. I'm Sabema, Nanano Pine, and Momode in Semisaba, Kumiaba, and Sana Yatuaso.
From Nanan Sasaku, Manfihine.
Nana, Mr. Maun on Nisokaka.
We're from an ancestor who the third Manfihine and the butcher snake. Also, Sibedasi, Papa, and in some power the catcher. Among me, dear Osha, why na Abwa or Manfo Titu workers. There's a threat that I'm seeing Eba Mebumso. Substance abuse and hard drug usage. Say Nyamia Dumni and Shenia Ade or Habi Brebe. Honorable Parado, Debbie Nukase, about 6 out of 10 of the youth in secondary and tertiary institutions are using hard drugs. Now, say Yansha and intervention be Shea in Juma Papa, so we na njuma ayefo benyesika na state contributions abana scheme no aye sustainable no ahwe na anyeye na say beti no so 5 million opioid tablets NACOC actually obeti o say how many 18 million whatever mesre then na yerihwa ye na young youth no sad threat don't them no ayena abrasi midawasi
Mr. Man nanano ma so akwenya nanano ma Mr. Mo omo amugina se ni nyina na nya de akwenya bebem amyaje masem nti ebesre se mbet na se amaye eda masi bebre nana ba choko so
yo nana president mehene odeno kwa afa akutu ene me maame na educhumu a we de misem de akasa kakra ene say Nedi kai me mama afra kuma sine nkanjiro so chia wo pa. Ne atu so ebie. Ne papa. Ya bo wa ba so wo ne awo ya ma Ghana man nyina. Ne titru ne se wa ma ye obia minister. Ono wo frɛ na no pa wo frɛ na nyimro oje wo so. Enti ye frɛ ne se o ma sa eyi no enkoso. Esan se ye do no. Enti se ne osa hodo no Offer our donors so and my yes, you beg to adon. Yes, I'm back when I say, oh, my abandoned day chairman. Almost promise to say, yeah, divisional queens and chiefs, in Kalawances, were by my ba Bessine 8 years, any other. Sunny, I'll cast a we are resetting any day, the other two and him. Na Shayan is as a yes, we are bread. Ebi wo kra ye nkrom kra ye ntimi nko esan se enyuma ne ade a ewo se ye timi de boa ye manfo no ye ntimi nye recruitment asemi ni president me pese me bisa se protocol ena other things so ho na protocol no utimi the protocol ni amfa ba akompo yesre eno so ya nim guase ma ya yedi oman nanim no nti ye besere se ya mo hwe na yenso yentimi mmoa ye mebu no esan se won wodi echi se ya mo adwuma anya minyi ni se obi kura be kura ye echi nyem na we kura ye ate amaye nti ye besere
sɛ momboa yɛn na mo nkwalaa no a yɛde wɔn abrɛ mo no wɔn hwɛ.
It is part of what we are fighting, that a female with the same qualifications is just as capable as a male with the same qualifications. And I know that up to now, a lot of our girls face a lot of discrimination when they're looking for jobs. And one of the worst things, and I think that we should pass a bill to make it very punishable, is that sometimes if the employer or the person responsible for employing is a male, they demand some romantic relationship before they give them jobs. It's unacceptable, it must stop. It's unacceptable, it must stop. And I think that we must take a firm line on that thing. I mean, if anybody does that, there should be a law that deals with them very strongly. But like I said, we must open up the space to our daughters. The girls are our daughters, the boys are our sons. And they are all entitled to the inheritance of our country. They are all citizens. So they must all have equal opportunity. I must say that with time, things seem to be changing, because I've gone to the workplaces. I was talking of these young girls in Gridco and other places. When I go on inspection on the big push roads with the Honorable Minister of Roads and Highways, some of the young civil engineers who are the engineers on site are girls, are women. And I find it very admirable when I see the girls doing those kinds of jobs. So several times I call them and I take a memorable picture with them, so that they'll keep it as a memory of encouragement to their daughters too. And so we'll continue to do everything possible to make sure that we create equal opportunity for girls. We already have the affirmative action law, which we're enjoined to apply. And so we're going to work to make sure that we are able to achieve the targets. It says that in public appointments by end of 2028, we should be able to achieve a 50-50 parity of men and women in public appointments. It's a tough call, but we will work at it. I think the qualified women are there, and so we should just take away our mental block and see them as equal partners in terms of moving this country forward. The other question I talked about housing. Housing is one area that is a major challenge for most Ghanaians. And so landlords take advantage of it and ask for 2 years rent advance, outrageous amounts of money. We're going to start some major housing projects, but we've also identified some housing projects the previous government started and didn't finish. And so we've asked the consultants to scope them so that we can finish them and distribute them to Ghanaians. There is also the Saglemi housing. The Ministry of Works and Housing is finalizing the contract. There's a private sector company that is taking it over and going to finish it. And once they finish it, they'll make it available to the general public to either purchase or rent as far as they can see. And so we'll do that. There's also a district housing project coming. I'm coming in May, on May 9th, to Kumasi to cut sort for the Green Garden City project. It is a new project on the outskirts of Kumasi that will give different kinds of houses, and so people can buy and live in. You can also use a mortgage. We're saying that if you have, let's say, 20 years of your working life to go, and you can afford a moderate unit, you can take a mortgage. We're working with one of the banks. You can go there, take a mortgage, they'll pay for the house, you can live in it, and then we'll deduct it from your salary little by little over 20 years. By the time you go on retirement, you own the apartment or the house yourself. Substance abuse, and I thank Mafeini for asking that question. It's a very serious problem. Gradually, our young people are becoming affected by substance abuse. Jobs for the people in the Zongos. I think that it's a good concern, because we know that our Zongos are the deprived parts of our communities. And so if a parent is able to look after his child, even from that underprivileged background, and the child finishes school, it is normally very distressing when the child cannot get a job to do. And so I believe that we must take a look at that and see how we can help, our young brothers and sisters who come from the Zungos. Already we have done some, I remember the last time we were sending children to Cuba. We reserve a special quota for children from the Zungos, especially girls, so that they could go and train as medical professionals. We can do that kind of, little adjustments for underprivileged communities. And it won't only be the Zungos. There are other pockets of poverty in our country. We should be able to look at the social background of the child. And if the child has qualified, you see that this child comes from a very deprived background. We should be able to open opportunities for children like that. I think that brings
Mr. President, Mr. Martin Ejay is a gentleman on your right. He is the Regional Secretary of the Eastern Region Deaf Association and also the Disability Desk Coordinator for the NDC in the Asamankese district. He would like to know when your government will establish disability desks at the municipal, metropolitan, and district assembly level. He says that you made such a commitment last year, and he would like to have an update on where we are with that particular arrangement. Perhaps the local government minister may want to attend to that question.
When our promise to establish disability desk in all assemblies will be fulfilled? That's the question.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, even before that, you have increased the disability fund from 3% to 5%. From 3% to 5%. So right from last year when they were giving 263 million. This year, persons with disability are getting 438 million for 2026. And they will get same in 2027 continuously. But for the disability desk, every district has been charged. By Your Excellency, we are working on the reviewing of the Act 936. So all those things are going to be factored in. The Legislative Review Committee is almost done. And the decentralization policy, which cabinet is going to consider next, I don't know the next cabinet meeting, all are included in it. And once that is done, we will make it public. Thank you.
Local government minister, better was to be brave. And I'm not penny for your did no abbey yet. Into ye bay and your mammy and son. Ye di kaino, a young one this year, Unuyam for Marietta Blue. A baby a trim no ye are buying men for penny. You see, idea or no 2 man penny for our Massam. But the Asida Bebremo, the Ronicano say, vote of thanks. We are. The Empire Ball, a BC Union before Beba, Nayabo National Anthem, Yavia, Tapapem. In Tiabeton Safre, Unuyam for Marietta Blue. Now, all the Asada Abre.
Your Excellency, Chief of Staff, Ministers, MPs, senior government officials, Nananum, Nanahimanum. On behalf of everybody gathered here today, I'd like to say Ayuko to the regional minister and her team for a very well organized meeting. This resetting agenda tour has been extremely successful. You all agree with me. Your Excellency, Mr. President, we all know, the people of Eastern Region all know how busy you are. But you've taken time off your busy schedule to come and meet us here today and to explain to us your vision of resetting Ghana. And a lot, and we are confident that Ghana is moving in the right direction. Single-digit inflation at 3.2%, a stable currency, lower food prices, big push infrastructure everywhere, without borrowing, lower interest rates, SOEs are making profits, all this under your leadership. Your Excellency, I speak for myself and I know I speak for my colleagues as well, that and we are really grateful for you giving us the opportunity to serve you and the people of Ghana. Honorable Chief of Staff, thank you for welcoming us into your region, which is my region as well. Your welcome address set the tone for what has been a very successful meeting today. Akasa for our speakers, my colleagues and friends, your presentations were excellent. They have taught us the important, positive, and practical methods you are using to deliver for the people of Ghana. Maya dear pa, nyaminsha mubibre. Nananum, ni nana hema. Thank you for blessing us with your colorful entourage, for your remarks, for your words of wisdom. We are extremely grateful for your presence here today. Finally, to all our participants, without you, this meeting would not have been a success. For your insightful contributions, for your probing questions, we are really grateful. But this is not the end. As the Minister said, if you have any other questions, those who could not speak, please write them down and send them to him. Without your voice, we cannot build the Ghana that we want. So your voice is very important. Finally, we thank the Almighty God for being with us today, for bringing this meeting to a successful end. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Yo, yada sibebre. Andam Suleiman. Na odi yashe Alan.
What can you take it for you? Oh, yeah,
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين Thank you.